Roll the intro. So, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm Cal the Kaiju guy. I am nobody important. I am a massive Kaiju fan. As you can see, I have lots of different collectibles and things like that. And just to give you guys a little bit of a background on me, let me tell you what I've been up to. So for about the past 3 years, I have run a Kaiju-themed podcast called Kaiju Karnage, a Godzilla / King Kong podcast. And I would basically just talk about the making of and production of kaiju films and things like that. And I did that because I wanted to be on YouTube, or, TikTok wasn't a thing at that time, or it wasn't super popular at that point in time. But I was very, very nervous, I guess you could say. And so I decided to go with a podcast where the camera would not be on me or anything like that. And so, yeah, I've finally decided that, I've kind of dabbled in doing some videos here and there, just doing some unboxings and stuff. I'm very reserved. I'm not really showing my real personality or anything, or how animated that I can be and everything. I've decided I'm turning over a new leaf. I am absolutely going to try and be myself 100% with how animated I am, with how loud I can be, with how passionate I can be, and all of that kind of stuff. And quite frankly, I've seen so many things about what I could do to make my YouTube more successful, to make my TikTok more successful. And everything that I look at is like, you need to do this. You need to have a niche. You need to have this specific thing that you're into and all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just do Kaiju. And then there for a while, I was like, I'll just do model kits. And, then there for a while, I was like, I'll do action figure unboxings and all of that kind of stuff. And so I've ultimately decided that I don't care. I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's be honest here. I do not know what I'm doing. I just know that I'm a nerd. I love doing stuff like this. Kaiju is one of my main things, as you guys can see. I'm also a Power Rangers fan and all of that. King Kong is my boy. That's all my King Kong stuff that I have, with the exception of this Space Godzilla right here. This is Titanicus, which is from Titanic Creations. I'm a big fan of Titanicus. It's one of my favorite Kaiju and everything. And so, yeah, I'm basically just going to do whatever. I don't know. I don't know what all I'm going to do. I have video games that I will talk about and potentially upload, like video game footage of me playing things like this, or the Power Rangers games. I get Steelbook collectibles and stuff like that. Yes, I do not care. This is the 1998 Steelbook edition to Godzilla. I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says. Unapologetically, I love this movie, and I will fight to defend this movie like there's no tomorrow. So yes, I talk about so many of my collectibles that I have, just Steelbook collectibles that I have. I love Steelbooks. Just throwing that out there. Like you wanna get me to buy a movie, Mr. Studios? All y'all have to do is just come up with like a Steelbook collectible version of it, and there's a pretty good chance you're going to get my money. I'm just throwing that out there. But probably my all-time favorite film is Jaws, and I get Jaws collectibles and things like that. Quint is my favorite character. 36 years old, so I'm in the age range where I was into gargoyles, and I love this collectible that I have. Look at that guy. He's freaking amazing. I'm a big Universal Monsters fan. The Wolfman is my favorite Universal monster, so just throwing that out there. Showing off this Attack Peter collectible because it's one of my favorite collectibles, and that's the only reason why I'm showing it off. It's awesome. Bottom line is, I have tried and tried and tried to do things a certain way for so long, and the regular podcast that I did, I've interacted so well with the people, with my listeners and things like that, that I was like, why am I trying to be a different person just because there's a camera on me? So I've decided, no, I'm going to be my regular old animated self that's throwing all of my hand gestures around and everything else. For anyone who's wondering, my regular podcast listeners that also pay attention to my YouTube and my TikTok, if you were wondering, while I would be recording my podcast and there's no camera on me, literally just recording audio. I am this animated. I'm making a lot of hand gestures and things like that. It's just how I am. It's just the kind of person that I am. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm jumping in head first. We're going to see where this goes, how this happens. As far as my posting schedule, I'm going to try to put something out every day. It's just what I'm going to try to do, YouTube and TikTok. That's basically what I'm going to be focusing on. Not necessarily going to talk about anything in particular. I'll just talk about things that, like, just whatever popped up through the day that's like kaiju related or nerd related or something like that. That's what I'm going to talk about. And I am going to talk about a lot of kaiju stuff. I mean, look at the background. Not going to be a full-fledged Star Trek channel, but I am a Trekkie. I collect action figures. That's why I have these. They were on clearance at Walmart for like $4 a piece, and so I got them because Wrath of Khan is one of my all-time favorite science fiction shows, movies, whatever. As far as model kits go, I don't just do Gunpla like you saw earlier. I do, multiple types of models and everything, as well. I like Big O, and so this was a very fun model kit for me. I had to get it. Don't really know if you guys can tell, but I'm also a Power Rangers fan. Okay, guys, so this was just like a little introduction episode for how things are going to be moving forward on my channel as far as like stuff like this is concerned. For those of you that follow me on TikTok, my things that I do with like some of the unboxings, as well as like my model kit stuff, that whenever I'm posting my progress on building model kits, that's going to pretty much remain the same. But as far as YouTube is concerned, this is basically about what you're going to be getting. So if you like that, hey, stick around, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I would really appreciate it. If not, then, hey, bye. Thanks for sticking around as long as you did. Really appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Here's to the future. Hopefully everything works out. I'm Cal the Kaiju Guy. Signing out.